Hello, this is Easy, and I got this utility tool for ZBrush. It makes wireframes pretty easy. I made this a while back ago, got outdated, so this one's for ZBrush 2021. It's the EZ-WireFrame script. And you can make stuff like this car right here, the outer shell, I made it, you can see a wireframe. I did it right here. And remember the old demo man? Yep, he's got one too, so I'll show you how to do that. And I have this one I made on p3d.in, and we'll get into that here probably a little bit later on. But anyway, all my information is going to be below the video. If you can't read it all, you may have to push or click the button that says show more. There possibly be a coupon code if you want to sign up for this site and get yourself a discount. So read below in the description, and I won't go over that right now. So basically, there's a couple ways that we can do this. Alright, once you download the file, which will be below the video right here, we're going to right click it, then we're going to extract here. It's going to create a folder right here. Make sure there ain't no subfolders in there, okay? So there's no subfolders, so the extraction did correctly. Now you can load this from your desktop, or what I like doing is just right clicking this, copy this, go to my ZBrush, right click, go to properties, open location, and I like to put it in the project folder right here. That way it's easy to access to get to. So if I put it in here, right click, and we'll paste this. As you can see it down here. So when we load up ZBrush, I'm going to show you in a second. Alright, here it is right here. So we'll select it right here. See, if we go back onto the project folder and we just click it, you can see the name right down here where it's located at. So this is the correct C program, blah blah blah. Alright, now this is the Z script. This is the utility tool right here, this little sphere with that's wired mesh. This little tip, if I click this, this window is going to disappear. But I want to use this model, so if I double click this model, you'll see it pop up over on the right. Then when I click the script right here, then it hides it. So this is the script down here. Another thing, like I said, you can go to ZScript. You can load it from the desktop too if you decide that you no longer want to do that. Like put it in your project folder, maybe you have too much stuff. Then you would load the EZ-WireFrame .z SC, okay, that would be the one right there. Okay, I'm going to go on the next step here. We're going to go in the light box here, and we're going to use this PM3D cube. I'm going to click that, and there it goes. And at this time, I'm going to drag it out like this. Alright, go into edit mode, and we're going to turn on the wireframe. Okay, so we can kind of see this material is not all that good for this, so we'll switch this to fast shader. And I'll give you a brief overview of how this works. It's really simple. We're going to start off with the square frame, then move to the right here so you can kind of see. So we know that our PM3D cube is what we're going to be doing a wireframe to. Alright, so what I'm going to do is press, I want to use a square one. We'll do this first, just double make sure. Then we need to come back here and select the cube. Then we're going to go ahead and wireframe it. Alright, not complicated. So let's go back a couple steps. What I'll do is just copy this and paste this next time. So we'll go to the one that's called the tube. Make sure your object's out here first. Okay, it's similar to the other one, but it's not quite that one yet. And then we're going to go ahead and wireframe it. We're going to get it like that. We're going to paste it. And you want to turn on your polyframe so you can see what's going on. Then we're going to go with the cross frame here. So this is actually a frame right here. Alright, once we select it, go back to the cube, wireframe it. Which is pretty cool. And we'll just do one for this guy right here real quick. I have I'm just making a habit. Anything I'm using, I always click copy in case I need to paste it later, in case something messes up. Turn on the wireframe, and it's got some good even geometry here. And I can lower it right now, but I'm just gonna do it without lowering the subdivision level. So square frame right here, wireframe it with a button over here. Alright, as you can see right here, it's got a wireframe. Now there's some other buttons that I dragged and made a custom UI that works very well with this. You can use custom, loads the custom interface. Now we got some new stuff over here that we can work with, so we can kind of bring that up a little bit, and you can kind of see how that looks like that. Which is kind of cool. I normally pause the video, so if you see any changes, because I paused it. So I'll go on the next step here. Let's say I brought this in fresh from a fresh start. I already made it, and I want to load the polygon counts. Well, I can use this slider over here. Alright, the only way this slider works is it's got to be copied into memory. You can do that by pressing by mask or by slice. That automatically does that. We'll get to these tools in a second, so I'll just click here and it's ready for this slider. So anytime I move this slider, it copies it, remeshes it, and pastes it, or something in that order. You can type in the value with the click in here and type in 2, press enter. Then you can see that, you know, the polygon counts, you know, how they look. Alright, and it lowered it. Now if I, let's say, come up here and I do 2 again, probably not going to see a whole lot of changes. So once you do one value, if you do the same value twice, you're probably going to get pretty close to the same result. So you can adjust it. It will go down to 1, and that's the lowest it will go. So then we get something like this. So that's basically if you're bringing something in, you're not doing any editing, and you want to lower the polygon counts. Sometimes when you get going, you can hide some of these tools by pressing R. And sometimes, you know, if you just got too much going, what I usually like to do is a preference and initializes, and it will just pretty much wipe everything out and start all over. Put everything to default, and we still have our script here, and we'll select here so we can go on the next step. Okay, we're going to go over by mask and by slice. Alright, this is the original model right here. We're going to put on the draw polyframe. Alright, now I'm going to do by mask. Like I said, I always copy something I bring in new, so I'll press copy in case I want to redo it. So by mask is the control key. If I hold it down, then we get these options over here. So I'll let go and hold it down. It's designed for any of these mask tools right here. Alright, or you can just hand draw the mask. The only thing about this is you have to subdivide it. So if I was to control D this, well, I'll show the polygon counts right now. It's 5, 8, 8.6, and Control D this, and just we got 9.4. It's a lot more, and that's going to allow my mask to look a whole lot better on here. So if I go like this, bring it here, this is going to go. Then when you do by mask, you're going to stick by mask. Alright, as you can see right there. We're going to go ahead and paste that tool. Okay, now we're going to go over by slice. Remember if I told you to hold the control key by mask? Alright, this is what we get, all the masking option. Now this time I'm going to hit the control key shift, and then it's going to give us the option here. And remember the button said by slice curve or slice knife. Hold the control key and the shift key right there. Now what works well with this is the knife curve, knife lasso, and then we got these three down here, especially this one, the slice curve, and or circle, then the curve, then the rectangle. Alright, see, I'm going to use this one here just to show you. And let's see here, we'll switch this out. So when I hold it down, and we'll see our tool right here. Now what I like about this, I don't have to subdivide it like I did with the mask. So if I turn this on and drag out like this and just bring it to it, alright, then we get something like this. Now remember, this was a curve. You need to select by curve right here. And you'll see it, you'll see these dotted lines around there. Alright, let me paste this right here. Now we're going to do the knife one, so you're going to see how this one works. So Control Shift, and click here. Then we're going to use a knife here. Then we're going to use a circle. Now it's going to look similar to what I just did, but this time it's going to polygroup it, and it's going to put a dent on the inside. And what it also did, it made it triangulated. You know, I need this to be all quads. When we get done, make sure you press by, by slice. Then you get these dotted lines. Alright. Now, if I want to lower the polygons on this here, I'm ready to go, because when I do my wireframe, and I got triangles right here where it's polygrouped at, it's going to be triangulated also, so I don't want that to happen. So basically I'll just set this to, let's say, 2 and press enter. Alright, then that made it just like I wanted to. Now remember, this is one subtool. If I want to apply it to just this right here with my wireframe, I need to split this. So I'm going to go over here and press split. Of course, we'll get this pop up one time, and you can see that it's activated. If you can't see it activated or which one's activated, you can press here, the solo. Alright, so basically I'm going to turn this back on. As you can see the icon right here. So I want to make a wireframe for this, so I'll just do the square one here. Then I'll do this one back here. Remember the icon? Then wireframe it. Then we get something like this, looking a whole lot better. Now we got the inflate, okay, and we can drag it out, make it kind of cool. You can see it's trying to pull out of the mesh. So basically this has the one I'm selecting, so these are subtools, so I'm able to repeat to other subtools what I just did. So if I inflated this with a wire mesh, this will do the same thing to the other subtools. And you can see I clicked it, and I'll click it again, and kind of match it up. Alright, we'll go into the next step. I'm going to go ahead and paste this tool back here, and we're going to do another one real quick with this knife one here. Well, actually, I'll just switch back on that one. Excuse me a minute. Let's go ahead and I'll go back here with a knife. But this time I'm going to go ahead and use this slice rectangle. All right. Turn on the polyframes, then you get something like that. If you didn't see that, I'll do that again since I didn't have the polyframe on, and we'll go bam. Of course, for this to work great, if I did a wireframe on it right now, it would wireframe everything. So what I need to do is come down here and split, group split. If we want to see what's active, we can press it right here. Of course, you can alt click each one and you can see what's active. Alright, I'm going to do this one right here. And I want to do the square frame. I'm going to select this one here. This is the visible one here. And wireframe it. As you can see, that looks pretty cool. And we'll just go ahead and inflate that a little bit, and we'll get something like that. Before I inflate that, I'm going to Control Z to show you something. Now, in this mesh right here, you can see through the main one right here, because it's like not double-sided turned on. So basically, what I just like doing is I'll just come to geometry here and modify, and we'll close the hull. That way, from the top to the bottom, we'll get something like that. And we'll close all that up. Then we'll come back there and inflate this a little bit. We'll repeat the others. And then you get something like this. A lot too much shadow going on there. But anyway, that's kind of the idea on this part. Pause video again, loaded up a cube here, just to show you something that that's why I was showing you how to use like even you know, squares right here. These polygons right here, the single faces, they get replaced with the frames that you choose. And just to show you, they even also keep the shape of, you know, how these faces look. Now I switched over to the Z modeler, and we're going to move this one over here just to show you a little demonstration. And then we're going to come over here. So what we're going to do is do the square frame and select here and wireframe it. As you can see how what I was talking about when I separated these. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do one that's got some subtools to it. You remember the demo soldier right here? So let's bring this up just a little bit here. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to alt click. See, if I turn on solo, just the body is active. You can see right here. Let me just switch this off to something different. Anyway, I'll turn that back on. Now if I want to do just the vest right here, we'll alt click this. And you can see it update over here. If you still don't know what you're still selecting, you can select right here. Okay, for this vest, I want to do the cross one. So I'll press the cross frame, select the backpack here, wireframe. Now you can see here in the video, it's got the cross frame. Alright, we'll turn this sole back off. Now down here, if we want to do just the boots, okay, we don't got to through all the process. We'll just alt click this and press wireframe. It's all the cross frames. So we'll alt click the guy here, make sure he's the one selected, and we're going to switch him to the square frame. So back here and the wireframe. And that's how that works. Alt click here, and we can do the wireframe here. Okay, I loaded up a car body right here. It's called Not My Car, and that's exactly what it means. It's not my car. I did not make it. As you can see, it's one polygroup right here. So let's bring this up here. And what we want to do is, if I'm going to apply two different types of frames on it, I will need to split this. You can always check by the active one, because it'll keep the wireframe on it. That's a dead indication. So anytime that you switch, if I select here, this will have the wireframe on it, and this top piece won't. So here's the hood part, the hood scoop. So I want to make this a different type. I want to make this one the cross frame here. And let's look back to Not My Car hood and wireframe it. Alright, and you get something like that. Alright, we're going to switch over this one right here to the body. You can see right here, we're just to the body here. This time we're just going to use this one right here, square frame. Come up here and select the car body and the wireframe, which is pretty cool. So basically right here, if we want to switch to a different type of material, we'll do this little shiny one right here. Some of these meshes are a little small to see, so I'll just kind of jack that up a little bit. Do a PPR render, and if we want to see it with the hood on here, I'll turn the solo back off, and we'll do it again. And basically that's how you can do that. This car will not be up for download because I didn't make it, so that will not be in the zip file. Alright, here's the one with the dog. Comes with ZBrush. And like I said, the mask is an option, but the slice curve and the slice nice is going to be your better bet, in my opinion. So we're going to select here, and let's do this one right here. Do it like that. So make sure that you don't go over to the slider and start moving it. You need to press the by slice now right here. Then you're ready to go ahead and move the slider. as you can see, it's just too dense. I didn't move it far enough just to give you a little demonstration. So it's going to have to be down between like 1 and 3, if that's just a little tip for you. So we'll let this finish up. Alright, let me scroll back here just a little bit really quick. And see, what I'm trying to get rid of is when it sliced it, it left these lines in here with a triangulated, and I really don't want that, so we're going to fix that. And like I said, we need to keep this down 1 and 2, so I'll just try. 1's going to make it real soft and kind of like smooth. 2 will be a little bit better and maintain its shape. It all depends. But then again, if you get too high polygons, then there ain't no use of using these frames on it because it'll be too dense. So with that said, I don't know if I brought this up, but anyway, so this is basically it kind of got kind of smooth. I kind of like it like this, so I'm gonna move my history back. Right here's where it's soft. Alright, so we're going to get it where it's kind of like the original state. Then we're going to hit the control key and click right here. It's going to turn gray. Then we're going to take the slider where it was soft and drag it back. And we have an option down in here that says project. And project by history. Now when I do this, it should do its best to maintain, to bring it back to its shape, or fairly decent. See, I got some of it back. There it goes. Of course, we need to split the group. We'll press split group right here. Voila. We're going to use the cross frame. We're just like the dog. WireFrame. And you get something like this. I'm going to plate that just a little bit. And do to others. Repeat to others. That looks like a pretty good fit there. I'll get you a close-in shot here real quick. Which did a pretty good job. Alright, I'm at p3d.in, and I'm going to show you how I made this and had 2 different materials, and just give you a brief overview of how to do this. Now what I like about this website is you can do all kinds of cool stuff, and anytime you display your model on the web, see how I'm grabbing it, it's got all kinds of stuff where I can zoom in, zoom out with the scroll mouse wheel. It doesn't take a third-party plug-in, and it's not going to ask you to download nothing. It's just going to work. So I'll double click that to reset that. So I'm going to give you an idea how to do this, and below the video there's going to be under the description below this video, and there's going to be some text, and sometimes you got to click the button that says show more, so you can see everything. I'll have some information about if you want to sign up and get a discount. This site here, not only that it's you can do all kinds of stuff, you can sign up for free. Okay, then they got plans low as $6, you know, per month, and you know, more you pay, more you get, of course. But anyway, that'll be below the video, and also the it's not actually a plugin, but I call it a utility tool because it's not in the plugin folder, and that will be below the video that you can download. So okay, so just look below the video and read. Alright, so I'm going to show you kind of how I did this right here, and I might make it a little different, I don't know. So basically turn on the wireframes here in a second. I have not loaded the tool yet since I went ahead and restarted. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Control and Shift key, and we're going to use this rectangle one here. Alright. If I select right here and select over like this, it's going to polygroup it. Right, this one group, and I need to split this apart because I want to upload it to p3d.in and have two different materials, so we'll need to split this. Right, we know this one is active one, and what do we want to do with it? We want to make a square frame. So we click the square frame, come back here, select the chest piece right here, then wireframe it. Okay, click to wireframe it. Turn the solo back off so we can see everything. Alright, now I'm going to bring it in so you can kind of see this. And see, the wireframe is a little bit small, but here's another thing is I've got a slight problem right here. We'll turn on slow. On the main one we have holes still in here. I want to cap these off. Okay, so basically let us go ahead and go to geometry, and we're going to have a closed hole. That's going to cap them off. Control Z that to show you again, since I didn't have it tipped. There we go. We're going to select here, and it's a little small, so I'm going to do the inflate here in just a second. Let me zoom in so you can kind of see. This is going to do in the wire itself. We're going to get kind of big, and I'm going to repeat the others. That means it's going to other subtools that's either visible or active. So we're going to repeat the others so we can get this kind of match up, which is pretty good right there. So if we want to have two different types of material, there's always different ways that you can do things. It doesn't have to be in ZBrush, but for this instance I'm going to use the export, and I do have subtools. Alright, so I'm going to press export. By default it's set to OBJ, but I had used it earlier, so it's switched to FBX. So if you guys wonder why I just switched over there, that's the reason why. It's usually set to this one here. So if we just go ahead and export this one, we're going to go to my desktop, test, and there's test right here. We'll just call this chest test 1, 2, and 3, and press save. And you got to give it a couple seconds here, and you're getting a little pop-up. And I just leave everything at default. As you can see, it's writing out the file. It's pretty much done. Right here's the other one I had. So what I'm going to do is go to new model, and we're going to select here, and chest test 1, 2, 3. And what I like about this is it's quick. I mean, extremely quick. As you can see right here, now I got my two groups, the main one and the wire ones. If I select the main one right here, you can see it flashing over there. If you just click it, it'll just keep on flashing. So we're going to go into the realistic PR, and we're going to select it, and we're going to shade it sphere. I don't want that color, so I'll click the sphere again. It's going to bring up an option, and we'll select here. To get rid of the window, I just click out here. All kinds of options you can do to, you know, do the brightness or whatever. Well, I want to do material on the other one, on the wire one right here, and we'll do the shaded. Click the sphere, and just start cycling through anything that we think that might look good on here. maybe offset a little bit. I kind of like that one, looks good. And click off here and press save changes. It says almost done. Give it a couple seconds and basically you're done. That's how that works here. See if we can get a better look at it. Ooh. I'm just trying to get it extra large in the video so you can kind of see it. So here it is out here. I'm just dragging around on it. That's basically how you do that.